Hi friends, today we will talk about one of the very important topics of how do you take strategy to results. And for taking strategy to results, we need to be sure that it is getting executed. And looking at execution, there are essentially four critical disciplines, four critical essentials of execution excellence. The first is designing and deploying of a business enabler progress card, which means you need to first in the beginning decide which is one of the most important KRAs, maybe one or two. It could be sales, it could be collection, it could be contribution, it could be realization, it could be new product launch. And once you have decided this is the KRA we want to chase during this year, you need to then locate what are the business enablers, what are the market drivers, what are the levers, what are the lead measures, which will show that you are going forward on these KRAs which you have decided. And once you have decided these business enablers, you need to make those measurable. And once you have made those measurables, you need to create some progressive goals on that. As to every month, what will we achieve on these business enablers? And based on that, you need to decide the data measurements, you need to decide the frequency, you need to decide where will you source the data from. And once you have decided and deployed this business enabler, the second important discipline is performance rigor system, which means you need to bring around a rigor of review, a rigor of progressing on business enablers, and the whole sales team has to be involved in that. No one can be left out. The senior leadership need to be part of it. They need to be accountable for these goals which have been decided. And when you do these reviews, you need to make sure that is the progress happening. If it is not happening, what are the actions we need to take next month so that this progress happens? And after that, the third discipline is team's engagement and motivation. While deciding these total enablers, goals, what data source, what is the frequency, you need to involve your team. They need to feel to be part of it. Whatever suggestions they are giving, they need to be taken into consideration. And that's why they will start owning it. And beyond owning, if there's some person who is showing a little less speed in owning, maybe you need to make them accountable. And then you need to motivate them frequently, which means a very liberal reward, recognition, celebration system need to be placed. Because of that, they feel delighted to be part of this project. And the fourth important discipline is senior leadership's competency enhancement. Friends, senior leadership has a big role to play. They need to show to the whole team that we are accountable, we are part of it, we are into it, we want to achieve it. And to show this, they need to be with the team most of the time. They need to be with them in the market. They need to show how to do certain things, whether the progress is happening or not happening. And because of that, their own competencies are very important. I have many times seen the senior leaders delegating various tasks to the juniors or the middle management, and after that not too much worried about it. Many times I've seen in leaderships not doing a rigorous review. After some time the review process gets processed and they say yeah, now we know what is the progress on these KRAs and that is enough. No friends, you need to go deeper and you need to say whether are you progressing on those levers or not. If you are not progressing on the levers, the KRA results will not come. So these are the four disciplines of execution. Number one, designing and deploying business enabler progress card. Number two, performance rigor system, which will bring ownership and accountability in the system. Number three, team's engagement and motivation. And number four, senior leadership's competency enhancement. Corporate productivity consulting, to which I belong, have already executed this year-long project with some organizations, and it has brought them wonderful results in terms of achieving their KRAs which they had decided in the beginning of the year. That's all for this time, friends. We will meet again sometime soon. Thank you.